Hello and welcome to Rings Check. I'm Barry and we are going to play through the third scenario in the Lord of the Rings Living Card Game saga. This is a print on demand scenario which inserts in between the first two of the Black Riders, or the main Lord of the Rings saga box these days. Let's go over what we're doing, I suppose. So everything here is now set up. In terms of mulligans, the only thing I really want in my opening hand is Peace and Thought. Now, the reason for that is you get a free turn to start the game with, and having Peace and Thought, like, you draw 5 cards. Hopefully you'll draw into kind of what you need relatively quickly, is the plan. Because actually nothing else in my hand I really want right now. I can't play Unexpected Courage because I don't have the song. One of these is only of limited use, and this will be good in the second round, but we need to get to that first. So I'm going to keep. I may end up regretting it, but getting 5 more cards plus the one that I draw seems pretty reasonable. Let me shuffle that, and then we will start the... Oh, in fact, let's go over it, right? So after rescuing the hobbits from Old Man Willow, Tom Bombadil has invited Frodo and his friends to stay the night in his house. There they are greeted warmly by his wife, Goldberry, the River Daughter. So everything on there is already done. And I went over this, but let us shut out the night, she said, for you are still afraid, perhaps of mist and tree shadows and deep water and untamed things. Fear nothing, for tonight you are under the roof of Tom Bombadil, whoever he may be. So we get one free turn here, right? There's no quest phase, but at the end of the round we can place a progress on this stage. But during that day we end up talking with Tom Bombadil about stories, including stories of the Barrow Downs. So even in the Shire, the rumour of the Barrow Wights of the Barrow Downs beyond the forest had been heard. But it was not a tale that any hobbit liked to listen to, even by a comfortable fireside far away. So we're set up, we get a free turn, so let's see what we draw into. Ooh, this is quite good actually, because if I don't top deck what I want, I can get effectively another mulligan. So I'm going to spend the 1 resource for Pippin. I'm going to... Oh no, it's a refresh action. That's right. And I've technically... no, I think there's a action window end of the refresh phase, right? No, ready cards, raise threat, then player action. So I don't have a... Do I not have a window in 7.1? Let me just double check. Lord of the Rings, LCG, action windows. Bear with me. So go to refresh. I should probably know how to play this considering how long I've had it. So refresh phase begins, radio card, raise threat, pass. Yeah, so I don't get an action window. So it's still fine though, I'm going to keep it. So we're now in the refresh phase because there's nothing else I wanted to play. I mean, I could play this, but I might as well keep it for the time being. In fact, no, I will... Because I'm going to get another draw, going to get a bunch of cards. I will play it using Sam's resource at the moment. Why is that not going down? There we go. And I will put it on Sam. And then refresh phase, exhaust you, and play you to draw 5. So this is pretty good. And then we're into a new round, but let's not forget that these guys are actually exhausted. Sorry, end of the round, this will go away. And then we're into the next stage. So after being well rested and well fed in the house of Tom Bombadil, the hobbits resume their journey to Rivendell. They head north towards the east road, hoping to avoid the Barrows, but a thick fog settles in around them and they struggle to keep their way. So here we can add a hollow circle to the staging area, and each player reveals an encounter card, so don't be bad. That's fine, another location. Sometimes it gets a little tricky to get through locations when we're not set up for it. But here they were upon an island in the fog. Even as they looked out in dismay towards the setting sun, it sank before their eyes into a white sea, and a cold grey shadow sprang up in the east behind. So we've stopped in the hollow circle for lunch and then a nap. And this hollow circle had a single standing stone in the middle. It was shapeless and yet significant, like a landmark or a guarding finger, or more like a warning. So in order to travel to here, we would have to search for a white. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to... Well, I've still got a quest phase to go through, of course, but I'm probably going to travel to here first to reduce the power of the whites, and then we'll see kind of how we go. So this can only go on Pippin, sorry, because it's to be attached to a lore hero, and after a song card is played, exhaust this to add one to its pool. As far as I'm aware, it includes itself. Then we'll play Shirefolk to reduce our threat by 4. Then let's have a look. We'll play Hobbit Cloak on Sam to increase his defense. Oh, wrong button. Excuse me. Then I want to go fishing for something, for some better cards. But I guess I will play this first. So that's going to increase the willpower of each of my heroes. An errant click. Then we will Drinking Song to redraw and get 1 extra. So here's another song which I could keep for the time being to play on Mary, but there's also Ho Tom Bombadil, which is another song, and that will let me put this Tom Bombadil into the encounter deck. But in the meantime, let us quest. So I'm only succeeding by 1, so threat's probably going to go up. Oh no, so Doomed, and then Surge, and then Tom Bombadil. So Tom Bombadil comes out, committed to the quest. You're a bit early, Tom, but I'm not against you assisting. Thank you. So here I succeed by 4. So it's going to put 4 progress on the quest. You're not technically exhausted. And then I will travel to this stone ring. Actually, could I do any damage? I think I could. So with Tom coming out to help me, I might as well fight one of the Barrow whites. So each player, so to travel here, I have to go and get myself a white. And what I want is the lowest hit points, because I can't do that much damage in the grand scheme of things. Now, when I engage somebody with a higher threat value, Sam stands up, but I won't get the card draw because Cold White does not let me draw cards from card effects. But that is okay. So then we're into combat. Now, Sam's got 4 defense. 1 plus the 1 for engaging a higher enemy thingamajig. So he'll defend, and then we will flip. No shadow effect, great. And then I need to be able to do 6 damage, so that is Tom Bombadil plus Unseen Strike to kill this one. And it doesn't help in the grand scheme of things, everything's just about to be shuffled back in, but that's life, I suppose. So you get shuffled back in, and you get shuffled back in. It's something. Very good, very nice. So this is a song as well. I've got a lot of songs. Let's have a big questing round, although I'm not really ready to fight anything yet. Actually, maybe I just play Drinking Song and get some new cards. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So I play you, which exhausts you to give you a money. Then I get a pseudo mulligan with an extra draw. Yes, this is quite nice. But my only real issue with all these songs is I don't get the full advantage of them were I to play them now. So I don't need Song of Healing yet, I don't need Song of Travel yet, and I don't need Tom Bombadil, but as you've seen, he's quite useful when he does come out. So maybe I just use the resources that Pippin's getting to play Tom Bombadil, and then we shuffle one of these into the encounter deck. So I can only play one of those at a time, but when he comes out at the end of that round, he will free it up so I can play a second copy. So let's have a look. Am I able to fight anybody else? And the answer to that is most assuredly not. I could feint into 4, 5, 6. So I could fight somebody else, but not anybody else. Oh no, I've got another unseen strike. So actually, if I can quest enough here, which I don't think I can, we can... no, not even close. So each white, there's none, so we'll get Surge. Here's a white, and he's quite tough, but he's not... I don't have to engage him if I don't fancy it, because I want to move through that first. So 5 progress, so 3 on here, and 2 on here. Oh, of course I should have raised my threat as well at the end of the refresh phase, which I didn't do, but thankfully the Shire folk are keeping my threat very, very low. Then I will elect to travel here, so that's going to not give the whites the boost. So if I engage him, I can defend and attack, or I could just straight up attack. 4, 7, 8, 9 would be enough to kill him, but probably overkill. I reckon I can defend a couple of attacks from this guy without too much problem. So I'll engage you, I will draw you, I will ready up, then shadow card, I will defend for... better defend for 4. Attacking him gets +2, so 5, so I do actually take a damage, but I can heal that next turn. And then I attack for 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's no point, because it's going to take me 2 turns to kill him anyway. So I'll attack for 4 and do 1, 2, 3 damage. Cool, cool, cool. And then end of round, raise my threat again. So I have to remember that from across the downs. So now if I played a song, I would be unable to get the bonus resource. But maybe I still do in order to heal Sam. I've got plenty of other songs. Or do I wait a turn? Maybe I need better questing, so let's not worry about healing Sam just now. Okay, I'm going to play Song of Hope to let me spend Mary's resources, and then we will... No way of standing you at the moment, so you need to stay... no, I could feint into killing you, so let's go questing. Reveal another card. Doomed. No problem, but now I can't trigger actions or responses, including this, so let's undo the doomed. Let us cancel that with the 1 ring, shuffle you back in, hopefully don't get the same one. Perfect. So now actions and responses are back on the table. I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3 to give me another 3 progress, which basically takes that, and then actually get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is enough to progress. Now, when we progress to Lost in the Fog, we're going to add standing stones to the staging area, and because there's only one player, we don't need another encounter card. The light was now gone, and clinging night had closed about him, so it was impossible to be sure of any direction. So these get shuffled into the main encounter deck as well, and shuffle the encounter discard pile, so all of these go back in. No, there's too many in there anyway. So, this doesn't need to be beaten to progress. No, it does. Standing stones has to be in the victory display. So I will travel to here, although this is risky business-ish. So I can choose which white I want. Is that correct? The first player searches the encounter deck discard pile for a Great Barrows, so that is fine. So when the Great Barrows comes out, I'm not going to shuffle it just yet. I have to progress to my own Trapped in a Barrow. Now these are all the same, so it doesn't matter. Then suddenly he knew he was imprisoned. Caught hopelessly, he was in a barrow. So now I have to discard from the top until... Why can I see you? So close and shuffle, then discard until enemy. Then this will engage me, which will stand Sam. So threat cannot be reduced and cannot gain resources, no problem. And then I would have to discard... I know he's not engaged with me, he's in the staging area. But that doesn't make any odds to me. So we flip that, and if any locations come out, we get rid of it, but that's fine. So I'm going to optionally engage the Barrow White, which will stand Sam. I may draw a card because I don't have that white. Well, this could be vaguely handy. Then we'll do this and this. So I can't take a hit from this guy, so I'm going to feint him. Let's just see what you would have won. Yep, pretty good. And then you, I will defend. So you're only swinging for 3, and I've got a defense of 4 because I engaged you this turn. And that's nothing. And then you can... Tough to spend... I think I'm actually better spending the 1 to raise his attack by 2, which is enough to kill this guy. And I can't do anything about this guy just yet. Now I could replace... I could spend $2 to put this guy back on top of the deck, because he's not that bad. And it'll just mean I've got to go through a few whites in the future. So I might do that, but I don't have to do it just yet, I suppose. So new round. Really, if I had one more card, I'd probably mulligan. But here I'm going to Song of Hope, which is going to get me money on Pippin. I will spend 1 and 1 to Shadow of the Past, and that'll let me put this dark white back on top. So I know that 2's coming out, and I have nothing in my staging area, so I have to just kind of do my own staging area here. Unless, can I add a staging area? Load a staging area? Options? No, not really. There might be some way of doing it, I just don't know about. I'll look into it. But anyway, this is my own staging area, which has nothing in it at the moment, so there's only 2. I'm going to pitch this card to heal Sam, because I feel like that might be important. I guess I quest. So I'm questing for 10. I really want one more quest in there. Oh, I can spend it from Pippin, so that's fine. So this comes into the staging area. Losing by 2. I spend 1 to pump that to 11. So 11 minus 2 is 9, which is enough to complete this. So after this stage is defeated, advance to 3B and place 1 progress on the Great Barrow at that stage. And when this goes away, he goes into the main staging area. You get done, and now you're still engaged with me. I could choose to get one of you, which I think I have to. Wait, have I messed this up? Not really. Let's leave this as is for the time being. So give a shadow card. I'm going to Mr. Underhill to make sure he can't attack me this turn. So that goes to the victory display. And let's see what would have happened. Nothing much, but getting hit for 5 is pretty sore. And then you will attack for 4, 5, 6, 7, which is enough to kill you. So I've just got to get through both of these, which is easier said than done. But we're not too bad at the moment. Ooh, a second friend of friends, that's very useful. So I put that on Frodo. That's not a song, unfortunately. So Frodo gets +1, +1, +1, +1. Sam gets +1, +1, +1, +1. So I guess how much does questing get me at this point? 12. So actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one on. I'm going to put this on Mary, because that's going to let me Love of Tales to get an extra resource. So question for 12. I'm up against 4. Yeah. So right. So if no enemies are engaged with you, search the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 and put it into play. Yeah. Okay. I'm okay with that actually. So we'll take another. Oh, there's no more 40s. And that prevents my card draw, which is kind of what I wanted. Sam's defending for 5, so let's take one of these guys. When I become engaged, I'll ready up and draw a card. You don't stop me drawing a card. Nope. Oh, very nice. Could have been handier a turn ago. So currently I'm succeeding by 8. I'll spend 1 from Pippin, so I'm succeeding by 9. So 4 go into that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we will deal a shadow card. Sam's defending for 5. Oh no. So 2. So I'm taking 2 damage. Which is sad. And then I attack back for 4. So he takes 3. Not enough, but getting there. Next round. Oh, no, he's already got a Hobbit Cloak, right? No worries. I'll discard the Hobbit Cloak to heal 1 because it's risky business. I'll spend 1 here to put the dagger on Mary, which is going to give him +1, +1. I can't risk questing with Sam this turn because I don't think I'll be able to stand up. Yup. So I've got a quest here, Counter card, another white enemy. That is not what I wanted. So I'm going to sack that off with the 1 ring. Shuffle you back in. Don't be the same. A location. This is fine. So it's only 1 progress, but I'll spend 1 here for 2 progress. Then I will grab you. But it does make my defense a little worse because now I am. Oh no, that's not true. It was only if it was in the staging area, it would make my defense a little worse. So I'm now only defending for 2, 3, 4 against his 5, which I will do. Until the end of the round, attacking enemy cannot take damage. No, but I can. So there's one more damage for me. Well, that kinda sucks. So now you can't do anything. Sad. Makes it tricky, but let's press on. Ooh, perfect. So spend $2 to play this, which will let me draw 4. Wait, can I draw cards? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I will increase. You got a song. You've got a song. You've got a song. You do not have a song. No, this is still fine. So if I put this on here, so I can play spirit cards because of Song of Travel. From this, I'll spend another one. Might as well turn Mary into a one-shot machine. Oh, wrong button. 6. So he's a one-shot machine now, and I can stand everybody back up with this. So we will quest, and I'm questing for an additional 4 in that case. So let me just put that on Frodo temporarily. 2, 3, 4. Remind me to take that off because I always forget. Then we'll flip. So that's succeeding by 12, but if I were in 13, 14, 15, I'm not done the maths here. So I succeed by 15, and that gets us through. Although all the whites are there. Tom Bombadil, where are you? So 5 gets rid of this, and then a further 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just check the standing stones is in the victory display. And we win. So song decks can be quite powerful if things come out. This wasn't actually a particularly triumphant version of this deck, to be honest. Being able to kill whites in a single shot is quite powerful. So not having the daggers out early doors and having to kind of stay up and defend, I'd certainly think you could probably bash this out in a couple of rounds sooner. We never did get Unexpected Courage back out. That would have been particularly handy. Put it on Sam perhaps to ready up and hit back. But just an example of what the deck can do. So hopefully your quests in the Barrow Downs will go equally as well. But until next time, this is Rings Check signing off.